Okay, now we have just a short Dvar Torah connecting the beginning and the end of Ki Sisa. Nobody wants to put on the mask? Oh, come on. Yeah. Why is there a minhag to put on a mask on Purim? Do you know? I want to share with you an original reason. I never saw this anywhere, but we once said it many, many years ago. There's an original reason to wear a mask on Purim. You know, as we mentioned, on Purim we're makabel the tar shabal peh v'ahava. When Hashem gave the first luchos to Moshe, the luchos were shining. And the reason the luchos were shining is because the luchos rishonos had the entirety of the whole Torah, including the tar shabal peh, written on the luchos. Comes the luchos shniyos, and the Medrash tells us that Hashem invented a new procedure in Torah. No longer will Torah Shabbat Peh be spoon-fed. No longer will it be absolutely clear. Now you need to toil in Torah. Now you need to use Yud Gimel Midos Shah Torah Nidreshes Bahem. You need to use Yud Gimel Midos Shah Torah Nidreshes Bahem. The Beis Halevi writes in his drashas that, did you notice the first time that Moshe Rabbeinu came down with Luchos Rishonos, Moshe just came down with the Luchos Rishonos and the Luchos were shining. The second time the Luchos weren't shining because the Torah Shabbat Peh wasn't on the Luchos anymore. But now something else was shining. Now Moshe was shining. If you look at the end of Parshas Ki Sisa, when Moshe Rabbeinu came down from Har Sinai, he had to wear a mask. Why did Moshe have to wear a mask? Because now the Torah is not written on the Luchos. Now the Torah is written on Moshe. Because through the Amelos of Tar Shabal Peh, it's Kasvim al Luach Libecha. Okay, now we're talking. Kasvim al Luach Libecha. Kasvim al Luach Libecha. So now the Torah is written on Moshe. Which means the highest madrega of Kabbalas HaTorah is that the Torah becomes one with the learner. So now the Torah is written on you and the person shines. Moshe wore a mask when he came to Klal Yisrael because now the Torah is written on him and Moshe is shining. The Torah is written on Moshe. So I would humbly suggest that the reason we wear a mask on Purim is because since Purim is a day of Kabbalas HaTorah, Tar Shabbat Peh, we all aspire to the Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu, where the Torah is Kasvei Maluach Libenu, the Torah is written on our hearts, and then we're elevated to the status that we ourselves are shining. This was a Madrega that only Moshe Rabbeinu was Zeicha to. But on Purim, we all aspire to such a level. We all aspire to such a level that our faces are shining. We all aspire to reach the Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu. That's why we wear a masveh. If you look at Parshas Ki Sisa, the Parsha ends that Moshe Rabbeinu put on a mask when he spoke to the Jewish people. What does this reflect about the status of Moshe Rabbeinu? V'ro b'nei Yisrael as p'nei Moshe, ki karan or p'nei Moshe, v'heishiv Moshe as hamasveh al panav. No other Jew is wearing a mask because the Torah was written only on Moshe. Because Moshe Rabbeinu reached the highest level of Torah where Hashem communicated to him, Bas Baklaria HaMeira, in the most direct and intimate way. In other words, the last pasuk in Ki Sisa communicates the idea of the superiority of Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu, where he literally wore a mask because Hashem spoke to him panim al panim. What pasuk in Chumash denotes the greatness of Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu? It's a pasuk that we only find by Moshe, we don't find by any other Navi. It's a pasuk that denotes that what Hashem told Moshe was crystal clear. It was not Bas Baklaria She'ein HaMeira, it was Bas Baklaria HaMeira. We don't find this expression not by Yechezkel, not by Yeshaya, not by Yirmiyah. You know what that pasuk is? The opening pasuk of Parshas Ki Sisa. Vayedaber Hashem el Moshe leimar. What does it mean, Vayedaber Hashem el Moshe leimar? The Ramban says, Vayedaber Hashem el Moshe leimar, crystal clear. Bas Baklaria Meira, panim al panim. So that means the opening of Ki Sisa and the closing of Ki Sisa are both articulating the great principle of Animamin Be'amunah Shalema in the greatness of Moshe Rabbeinu. Shaloi kam Navi B'Yisrael K'Moshe, that Hashem spoke to him panim al panim. There was no haziness, there was no cloudiness. Everything was bas blaklaria meira panim al panim. For the same reason why Moshe is the only one that it says vayidaber Hashem el Moshe leimar. Why dibur leimar? To denote crystal clear communication. That is why Moshe Rabbeinu was on the Madrega, where the Torah literally became part of him, that he put on his face a masveh, which is the closing pasuk of Parshas Ki Sisa. So that's what I got on Ki Sisa. I got to come up with more stuff on Ki Sisa, but at least one idea is good. And Be'ezus Hashem, I wish everyone a freilich and Purim. You should be zoicha on this great day to mekayim all the mitzvahs hayoim properly, and all your tefillot should be neskabel, barachim and ratzon. Freilich and Purim. Freilich and Purim, shkayach. Freilich and